Okay, so today we're going to be talking about symbolism. Can you say symbolism? Symbolism. Can you say it?
Symbolism.
Say it again. Symbolism.
Symbolism.
Look at that word. Do you see anything in there that you might already know? Well, what do you see in a complete sentence? Symbol. You see the word symbol, right? Yeah, I see somebody saying me too. Me too. Yeah, I see the word symbol. What does symbol mean? You say?
A symbol is something to represent or who you are.
Yeah. It represents who you are. Do symbols represent anything else? Liam?
A nation.
Yeah, nations. Hannah? They represent objects. What else do symbols represent? Companies. When I see this, that's not even very good, and I already know what that is, right? It's a Nike symbol. So when there are symbols, they represent something, right? Okay. Isai, something you want to share?
Another one is the flags. They are symbols.
Yeah. Today I want to teach you how to find symbols in reading. They are all over our books, and a lot of us aren't seeing them. But we're not just talking about any old symbols. We're talking about symbolism. So I like how you use the word symbol to start to make a prediction, and today I'm going to teach you more about symbolism. In order to do that, there are some things on your desk. There is a bag. Please do not touch the bag. There are some things that are really fragile, so don't touch it yet. When I say go, all I want you to do is walk to your seats and look at the piece of paper at your table. And with your group, try to figure out what symbol is on that paper. Talk to your groups, paraphrase, and try to figure it out. Okay? I'm going to give you 1 minute to try to figure it out. Are you going to touch the brown bag yet?
No.
You will get a chance to touch the brown bag, but not yet. Okay? When I say go, walk to your seats. Work together to figure out that symbol. You may go. It's from the other side.
The side of freedom.
What stands for freedom? What in this stands for freedom?
Like, they were talking about if that fence gets blown down, there would be like freedom, and like they can cross the fence and stuff, and then cross to the other side.
So what's the symbol? What is it? What stands for punishment? What thing stands for punishment?
Like the place.
All right, looking for eyes on me. You guys are so smart. You figured it out. Looking for eyes. You already figured it out. Taliana, I actually heard the most amazing answer from you. So can you track Taliana so that she can share? The fence. The fence. What is the symbol?
The fence.
And what does the fence stand for? It's not just a fence. It doesn't just separate the house. Kristen? What was it?
Congregation.
Oh, I think you're super close. I think you had it.
Segregation.
Segregation. You had that Asian. The word is segregation. What's the word?
Segregation.
This fence is symbolism in the other side. And you all knew it already. The fence stands for segregation. And in the end of the book, they say, someday I'm going to tear that old fence down. Are they talking about breaking the fence?
No.
Yes. They're talking about breaking segregation. That is symbolism. When something in a book stands for something else. Okay, inside the bag, don't open it yet, are two symbols. It is your group's job to try to predict what they stand for. You have to be careful. They are very fragile. Talk to your groups. You can pass them around. Try to figure out what the symbols are. You may go.
Oh my god. It's fragile. It's Get ready for it.
Oh, it's a king egg! Miguel, we got king egg. Hey, Miguel. Miguel, we found king egg.
What does it stand for? King egg?
I just said king egg.
What does it mean?
Like, I mean, like, they shall be son.
Don't drop it. King royalty.
They shall be.
You're onto something.
That's a white egg.
Why would
The white egg is
So I think that you realize what this stands for. Okay, but what else could a crown stand for?
The future, like, well, that's a job with an egg. It's gonna snap the
That's what I said. I said king egg.
What could the symbol stand for? You're close. You're getting there. Can you tell us more about
It's an egg. It's like crack it.
why was egg stand for something real?
Because it was
It's just a regular egg. It's very delicate. I don't want to put it
What does the egg stand for? What does the crown stand for?
The future.
gentle like civilization. Gentle like civilization.
Oh yeah, people.
Yeah, the crown means something.
I said royalty.
King egg.
I think it's
All right. Looking for eyes on me in 3. Noelle's ready. 2. And 1. I see Marquise's jacket. You guys are close. I'm not going to tell you though, because I think you guys can figure it out without me. What I need you to do is very carefully put the egg back inside the deck, and then you can meet me back on the carpet stadium style in 1 minute. Go ahead.
You're very
Wisdom's ready to go. You were really good at it.
I just
Quite the writer.
got an idea from that.
For eyes on me once we're ready. I'm not going to tell you what the mystery egg means. I think you guys are really close. I see Rose. Okay. So we had symbolism on our desk. What did we have on our desk?
Symbolism.
We had an egg and a crown. And I asked you guys to try to figure out what it could mean. So let's start with the egg. We often have objects that just stand for things. That's the normal. So an egg usually stands for chicken, right? Maybe it also stands for breakfast. But that's a thing. Eggs normally stand for chickens. That's the thing. But I asked you guys to figure out what else the egg could stand for. And you guys had some great ideas. What were some of the things you thought the egg might stand for? Anthony?
To say about the crown.
Oh, do you have anything about the egg though? I heard you say something great.
We stand for. I said many things.
Say one of them.
I said that it might stand for nature.
Nature. That's a brilliant one. Could an egg stand for nature?
Yeah.
And that's not a thing anymore. It's an idea. It's something that we can't touch. An egg stands for nature. What else could the egg stand for? Aaliyah.
I tabled that since it was so gentle, like two people really.
Yeah. So because it's so, we have to treat it so gently, it reminds us to treat things well. Yeah. What else could the egg stand for? Hannah? Check Hannah.
I think it might stand for light.
Light? Anything else? I heard some people saying, I think Sheldon, you said it, the egg stands for delicate, like, gotta be really careful. No? I can't remember who said it, but it was brilliant. So the egg, we have a lot of ideas what it could stand for. Okay, now let's go to the crown. The crown normally stands for king, which is why a lot of you instantly said, king egg, king egg. Yeah, that was smart. But then I asked you a little bit more. What else could the crown stand for? What else could the crown stand for? Isai, track Isai.
Well, I think that the crown stands for, well, can you go back to me?
Definitely. What could the crown stand for? Do you have one? Have you heard me yet, Marquise?
I think it stands for segregation.
Say it again.
I think it stands for segregation.
Why do you think that?
Because there was a crown and an egg, and the egg was like fragile. I forgot what it was, but people were able to tell if it will raise people to do what they wanted to do.
So you're onto something so amazing. A crown means power to do what you want to do, right? Does a crown normally symbolize power for you guys? Yeah, when I see a crown, I think that person's powerful. So you got it. The crown stands for power to change something. We're not talking about a king egg here. We are instead talking about symbolism. That egg stands for something else. And I'm going to show you what it is. Oh, we've got a couple more things. Wisdom? Say it again louder.
Leader.
Could the crown stand for a leader? That's brilliant. Yeah. What else could the crown stand for?
When they said they wanted to tear the fence down.
Someone would need a crown in order to tear that old fence down. Noelle?
Change the world.
Could a crown stand for changing the world?
Yeah.
You guys are so smart. You got it. Okay, I'm going to take a step. Forget the egg and the crown for a second. Symbolism, you guys got it, is when something in a book stands for something else. So I made this list. The fence in the other side, the thing it represents is just like separation of the house. But the idea that the fence represents is segregation. I thought about the tree and the giving tree. You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
The tree, the thing it stands for is apple. But the tree, the idea that it stands for is love and generosity, giving. Do you see how sometimes an object can represent an idea? Think back to other books. Are there any things in books that might stand for something bigger that you are thinking of? I was thinking about Harry Potter and the scar. Oh, is that yours? What are some, can you think of anything else in your books that stand for something secret? Marquise? The fireflies! What do the fireflies stand for in the book Fireflies?
Bending down and dying.
Yeah.
And learning and
Yeah. The fireflies stand for sort of putting nature in a jar, but then letting things free, and then it's better. Symbolism is when an object in a book stands for something else. And as readers, we have to be sort of detectives to try to figure out what the symbols might mean. Yeah. Martin Luther King is definitely a symbol. For what? Civil rights, yeah. So people can be symbols too. Today we're going to read a book called What Do You Do With an Idea? And there is symbolism in it. And it is your job to find what this symbolism means. You've gotten close. Your job is to figure out the symbolism. When I say find the symbolism, what do I mean symbolism? What does this word mean? Turn to your neighbors and share with them what symbolism means. Go ahead. Find the idea behind the object. behind an object. Looking for eyes back on me in 3, 2, and 1. Rose, Nancy's ready, Rose is ready, Isai's ready. What is symbolism? Nancy, can you share what symbolism is?
I think symbolism is like
The definition of the word. Wisdom?
The idea.
The idea? What idea? The idea in the book?
No. I think that's what
The idea. The idea that supports the book and that is shown by an object. An object stands for something. The egg stands for something in the book. It's your job to figure it out. Isai?
I think I know why you put the egg and the crown in the paper bag, because that since that we're gonna read some of the parts in this book, and in the cover I see an egg with a crown, so maybe the symbol for the egg with a crown was in the paper bag and the symbol for that book.
Yeah, you're right. You're on to what I did. You're so smart. Good job. Okay, we're going to read this book. If you start to think of what the symbol means, you can give me a thumbs up. But don't shout it out. Don't ruin it for other people who are still trying to figure it out. Okay? What does the egg in the crown mean? What do you do with an idea? Some of you are already making predictions like excellent readers. At first, I didn't think much of it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just walked away from it. I acted like it didn't belong to me. I see some light bulbs. What could the egg stand for? But it followed me. I worried what others would think. What would people say about my idea? I kept it to myself. I hid it away and didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as it was before my idea showed up. What is the egg? How did you know? Turn to your neighbor. Tell them your idea. How did you Ashley, you got it? I think that has something brilliant. Oh yeah, if you say something. Yeah. Looking for eyes back on me. I see Rose is ready, so is Isai. Anthony's ready. You got it. What does the egg stand for? Michelle, I'm looking for you. Ashley, what do you think the egg stands for? The egg stands for the idea. How did you know? We all had it. How on earth did you figure that out? It didn't ever say here, egg equals idea, did it? So how did you know as a reader? Isai, how did you know?
It left little tiny clues.
And as a reader, it's your job to pick up on those clues. Were the pictures some clues?
Yeah.
And you had to think, and you had to look at the words, and you picked up the clues, and you thought, oh, I bet the egg stands for idea. For time's sake, we're going to keep going. My next question to you is, why did the author choose an egg as their symbol? Out of all the things, why not a light bulb? Why would they choose an egg to symbolize an idea? There are so many other things we could have done. And why does that egg wear a crown? We're going to keep reading. But there was something magical about my idea. I had to admit, I felt better and happier when it was around. What do you notice? The egg is
Growing. It's growing.
It wanted food. It wanted play. Actually, it wanted a lot of attention. Do eggs need a lot of attention?
Yes.
Yeah.
From their mothers. You're onto something. It grew bigger, and we became friends. Why would they choose an egg to symbolize an idea? Out of all the things in the world, why would the author choose an egg as their symbol? Make sure you share with your partners, you paraphrase. Go ahead. Why an egg?
I think that they choose an egg for what I
Oh yeah, eggs.
Do eggs grow bigger?
And then it's like,
Do ideas grow?
adding on to it. So
Looking for eyes on me. I see Isai is ready. So is SB. You guys are so smart. Why an egg? I would have done a light bulb. But why an egg? Shelvin? Track Shelvin.
Well, I think an egg because I think whenever the boy thinks the egg will grow, it'll keep on growing. Because if you chose anything else and it got like too big, then it would just be big.
What does a light bulb grow? No.
An egg does.
But an egg does. What else does an egg do that would be perfect for this symbolism? Aaliyah. Track Aaliyah.
I think that the author chose the egg because an egg, like, it doesn't get a lot of attention and it's just like food to everyone.
We sort of forget that it's even there sometimes. That's a good point. And sometimes we forget our ideas are even there. Noel?
I think they chose the egg because it's delicate, and when they say something mean about your idea, it cracks.
So he has to hold it and take care of it because when somebody makes fun of your idea, it can easily crack. And I heard Aaliyah also saying that a mother hen has to take care of her egg really carefully if it's ever going to grow into something bigger. If she doesn't care about it, it will break and it will not survive, right? And so if I have an idea, I have to take care of it like a mother hen. I have to protect it, be really careful with it if it's going to grow into. It's the perfect symbol, don't you think? I never would have thought an egg was the perfect symbol for an idea. I would have done light bulb, or I would have done, I don't know, book. But I never would have thought an egg. Let's keep reading. You'll see just how perfect this symbol actually is. I showed it to other people, even though I was afraid of what they would say. I was afraid that if people saw it, they would laugh at it. I was afraid they would think it was silly. It's got to be delicate, right? I have to be careful. And many of them did. They said it was no good. They said it was too weird. They said it was a waste of time and that it would never become anything. Yeah.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, sure.
Like you said, you never would think about an egg. You think about light bulb. Yeah. Like in a cartoon, when they make a light bulb appeals, but they can put an egg.
Yeah. So maybe now we should have the cartoonist write an egg over someone's head instead of a light bulb, right? And we can change the symbol. As writers, we get to make our own symbols. And so this author chose an egg. Some people choose light bulbs. But doesn't it make the book more interesting to have something as a symbol? It makes us feel more interested in it. And at first, I believed them. I actually thought about giving up on my idea. I almost listened to them. But then I realized, what do they really know? This is my idea, I thought. No one knows it like I do. And it's okay if it's different and weird and maybe even a little crazy. I decided to protect it, to care for it. I fed it good food. I worked with it. I played with it. But most of all, I gave it my attention. And my idea grew and grew. And so did my love for it. I built it a new house, one with an open roof where it could look up at the stars, a place where it could be safe to dream. I liked being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, like I could do anything. It encouraged me to think big, and then to think bigger. It shared its secrets with me. It showed me how to walk on my hands because, it said, it is good to have the ability to see things differently. I couldn't imagine my life without it. Then, one day, something amazing happened. My idea changed right before my eyes. It spread its wings, took flight, and burst into the sky. Why is the egg the most perfect symbol for this? Turn to your neighbor. Why is the egg the most Is an actual egg?
No, actually, it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be because it's an egg, and when you feel a lot of things.
Looking for eyes on me. Two. And why is the egg the most perfect symbol for this book? I can't think of a better one. Noelle, check me out.
Well, I think an egg is good for this story because it like has different stages. Because it's like small and it grows and grows, and then until it goes flying.
That is brilliant. Can you say it one more time a little louder? It's perfect.
What I think is a good idea of putting that in the book is because it has different stages and it goes into big, to small to big, and it goes to fly away.
An egg will eventually grow into a bird, and a bird will, but it will only turn into a bird if we take care of it. And so it's the most perfect symbol. Sheldon asked a good question. Miss Miller, how is the egg talking? How is the egg talking? It's a great question. Eggs don't talk. Eggs don't walk on their hands. Eggs don't have hands. Quickly turn to your neighbor. How can an egg talk?
It's because it's an idea. It's just an idea, and the idea I know, the egg. And I think it's going in his head, so the egg is talking to him.
Looking for eyes back on me. How can an egg talk? Rosa, what do you think? Check, Rosa, thanks.
The egg talks because it's like a metaphor for like ability.
It's not actually an egg, is it? It's exactly it. Yeah, Noelle.
He's like talking to himself in the head, like probably.
The idea isn't actually an egg. You guys were saying, Marquise, I heard you say it too, it's in his head. It doesn't actually, yeah, go ahead.
I think it's in his head because when you have an idea, it's like you have to think to yourself before you have an idea, because you can't just think of it and then say it, because it won't probably make sense. Because you need to like take time of it and take care of it, and feed it,
Really grow it.
and when you feel like it's ready to sprout by itself, you can probably let it go.
Exactly, then you can let it out for the world, and it will fly away. You guys are getting the symbolism in this book so well. It's there, right? It's perfect. Yeah.
It's just like you said, a mother hen, it takes care of its baby until it hatches, and then it grows, and then the last it goes.
Exactly. We're almost done with our book. I don't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It wasn't just a part of me anymore. It was now a part of everyone. Because it's a bird and it can fly. And then I realized what you do with an idea. You change the world. So, this book had symbolism. The egg wasn't actually an egg. Do you think this is the only book that has symbolism in it?
No.
As readers, I can't remember who said it, but I think it was Isai. As readers, we have to find the little clues to figure out what the symbols are in books. Today in reading, your task is to look for symbolism. Do you think every book has symbolism?
No.
But be on the lookout for it. And if you find an object that stands for something, write it down in your writer's notebook, in your reader's notebook, and let me know. What is your task today? Tell your neighbor what your task is, please. Just if you find it. Looking for eyes back on me. Guys are so smart. I see. So I heard a lot of you saying the task. look for symbolism. If you find it, you write it. And Isai is already saying, like in the witches, there's that symbol. Yeah. Be on the lookout. There's symbols everywhere that you maybe won't even notice at first. When I say go, you're going to stand up. Walk to your seats. You can leave your eggs on your desk. I'll come and pick them up. Don't touch them. Stand up, walk to your seats, take out a book, and begin reading. You may go. Good, come on. Make sure you do it. Thank you for taking care of it.
And there's trash.
Isai, I'll take care of it. I see that Nancy is having a seat.
I can't read this one.
Rosa has her reader's notebook. Aaliyah has an excellent book. I wonder if there's symbolism in it. Everyone should be reading in the next 10 seconds. Ashley, do you have a book? Francisco is reading.